Hey guys, this is Lauren Barber with Peace of Home Family Shelter. This is part 4 of the domestic violence training for medical professionals. In this section, we're just talking about the services that Peace of Home offers. It's important to know that we're not just a shelter. And although our name is Peace of Home Family Shelter, we have other services that are important as well. And if you're, telling a patient about us, just referring to us as a shelter might be a little misleading. They might not know that we have other services. So it's just important, that you know and can communicate to your patients that we have other things to offer as well. Because not everyone is looking for a different shelter. Everyone has different obstacles, and our services, specifically address a variety of barriers that a victim of domestic violence may face. So first of all, our emergency shelter, we can house, men or women. We can house a parent, and their children. We have kind of like the little playground area. We have a community kitchen, and we have, food stocked and things like that. And we receive a lot of donations for hygiene products, and things like that, because we know a lot of times when someone is fleeing an abusive situation, they leave with just the clothes on their backs or maybe a bag packed. Especially with children, it's even more difficult to get everything together that you need. So we have a lot of things in our facility that a victim may need. We can house survivors for up to 90 days. And during those 90 days, that person has access to one of our advocates, and they can work together and kind of create a plan for that person. What are they going to do after they leave the shelter? What services can they sign up for? Our advocates help with signing up for different things, like different applications for public benefits and things like that. They may help coordinate, if a client needs transportation because their last car, they shared with their abuser. An advocate can help look, with transportation. They can help them look for a new childcare, things like that, new jobs, things like that. And so while you're at the emergency shelter, you're also working with an advocate. So yes. And we have our outreach program. And so this is to help clients who don't necessarily need to stay in our emergency shelter. So we can help a lot of people in the community who don't necessarily ever come in our doors, really. They can for different reasons, but typically over the phone, our advocates are able to help people. For example, we have 2 different housing programs. One can help one can help a client for up to 2 years with rental assistance and things like that. All the costs that come with leaving an abuser and becoming self-sufficient and kind of maintaining this place on your own. That might be difficult for a lot of clients, especially if, they've been married to this person for a while. They may not have had a job. The abusive partner may have been the sole breadwinner, and then the victim may have been just like the caretaker for the child at home. So they may not have resume experience and stuff like that. So they may have difficulty getting a job. And with that comes difficulty finding, a place to live on their own. So all of these different barriers, our advocates can help with, and our outreach program can address all the financial obstacles that come with a client trying to find their own place. So we have the program where we can help a client for up to 2 years. That's for more severe cases. And then we also have another program where we can help clients and pay for their utility deposit, their housing deposit, like application fee, and first month's rent for the new place that they're trying to obtain after leaving their abuser. So this is a very important program. We also have counseling for adults and children. And we have support groups and art groups and things like that. So we have staff that kind of address the social and mental health needs of people in this kind of situation. We also have bilingual staff in all of our different departments, so that's something important to know as well. Okay, we also have legal representation, so they can help with, this is Caitlin, she's one of our staff attorneys. And then we have a few other staff members as well, along with bilingual staff members, English and Spanish. So the legal team can help with custody cases, divorce cases, obtaining orders of protection, which is like a restraining order, and then also with immigration situations as well. And then this is our thrift store. So 100% of the profits from the thrift store go back to our organization so we can help more clients. We also give clients vouchers if they want them so that they can come to the thrift store and shop for clothes. If they left behind all their clothes and they need new ones, if they need new things for their kids because they left that behind. If they're just starting fresh and they need new furniture of their own because they don't have it, they can receive vouchers and we can let them shop at the thrift store for free. So it's a really important part of our organization. And we also are in the process of building a pet sanctuary. It'll be right on site next to our emergency shelter. So any residents staying at our shelter can bring their pet and they're able to walk over every day and check on their pet, take their dog for a walk, have access to their animal, and kind of, keep up with the animal's needs and like clean their space and feed them every day and just have their animal close. And so this is a really big deal because a big barrier that we might not think of is the fact that people in abusive situations may not leave if, let's say, for example, they have two dogs and they have nowhere to bring their dogs. Like, for example, if they were trying to leave their abusive partner and then had to take their dogs to an animal shelter, or, if they needed to stay at a friend's house, but their friend said, no, you cannot bring your dogs, or, it's just an added barrier when you have pets that you need to try to find a home for as well when you're trying to leave your abusive partner. So, allowing them to stay at our shelter and their pets as well, that just decreases the barrier for them, especially because animals a lot of times are our emotional support animals. And it would cause a lot of stress, knowing that your pet was still with the abusive partner. So this is a really big deal. I'm glad that this is happening. Let's see, and then this slide, how to help someone in a patient that you might suspect is in a domestic violence situation. You can just listen to them. That is a really big deal, is to just listen to them and remind them that they have options. They have, there are organizations, including Peace at Home, that want to help them for free. And you can refer them to us. So this is our hotline number. It's more than just a hotline. If you guys have any questions, if you have any questions about our services, or, if we have room in our emergency shelter at that time, anything like that, you can just call us anytime. We have advocates at our facility 24/7. So there's always someone there to answer, a knowledgeable staff member to answer. We also have our website, and on our website you'll find we also kind of have we have a chat line set up on our website. So if you don't want to call, you can just go on our website and an advocate can answer online as well. And for people in abusive situations who don't want their abuser to know that they're contacting us, that's a really good option for them too, to discreetly kind of message us online. From our website, there's a safety exit, so you're able to click out and the tab will be closed and the history will be cleared. So it's one of like those kinds of situations, because we know, it's really scary to live with an abusive person that is, overly monitoring of your moves. And so that's another thing you can tell a patient as well. So we have that feature on our website. Let's see. You can refer them to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence website, if they live in maybe a different area, because that website kind of compiles all the different shelters and domestic violence resources in the country. Um, and then you can offer your own phone or computer in your office so that they can safely contact support. You can refer them to the social worker on staff and different things like that. So just being you being a connector of resources for them, and just supporting them every time that you see them, every time that they come in the clinic or wherever you work. Um, and then this is how you can be involved specifically with Peace at Home. You can follow us on social media. We have a lot of different like educational content on there. Um, we give info about different community events and ways to volunteer and things like that. You can sign up for our weekly newsletter through our website. And that newsletter kind of tells like every week what was done at Peace at Home, how many clients did we help, what did we help them with. And again, we talk about different events coming up, different ways you can give and volunteer and things like that. Another big thing is just saving our number in your phone. I have called this number, even as a staff member, I've called it to ask a few questions when um, I have a neighbor who is in an abusive situation, and for the past year she has been. And so I have called several times to talk to an advocate and kind of get some questions answered, and I relay that back to her as she has questions for me about like how she can be helped. So I kind of am acting as a middleman for her, because she doesn't always like calling, but she does have questions and she's curious. And so that is, always an option too. It takes a lot of courage for someone to directly call an organization and talk to a stranger and open up about their own, difficult situation and, blatantly ask for help. That takes a lot of courage. And so if you have the opportunity to kind of act as a middleman a little bit, then you can absolutely take the opportunity. So there's our number, you can save it. Then also you can donate from our website. You can volunteer your time on our website also. We have that information, and you can just visit our website for more information and just stay connected to us. So yes, that is it. Thank you guys so much for participating in this training. I hope you got some things out of it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting Peace at Home, and I hope that you feel more equipped to help patients in the future that might be experiencing domestic violence. So thank you.